You sick, evil.
Personally, I didn't care about Charlie Kirk yesterday, the day before, and I don't care about him now. I don't mourn and I don't celebrate. That's strategic indifference. And I don't respect anyone who tries to tell me that I'm supposed to grieve. And I don't respect anyone who tells me that I'm supposed to be happy. What is he to me or me to him? He certainly isn't more important to me than the most likely hundreds of thousands of my brothers and sisters that you cut down in Gaza. You didn't mourn any of them, and I didn't tell you to, because I already know how you are. I already know that your performance of mourning over Charlie Kirk has nothing whatsoever to do with respect for human life. He was just a vessel for an ideology that you hold sacred. And it's an ideology that dehumanizes people. It's an ideology that disregards the sanctity of life. And we've seen that on full display for the last 2 years. So no, obviously not. I'm not the least bit interested in accommodating your weaponization of selective compassion and selective sympathy. Now, if you want to paint my indifference, if you want to spin my indifference as if it is approval of the crime that was committed, well, okay, I already know that you never do anything but lie anyway. And I know that you are from exactly the same manipulated, mutated, mutilated, and maladjusted population that created the demand that the power structure met by giving you Charlie Kirk, and that gave you his killer. Meaning you're just part of that mob in America. That same collective monster that's responsible for the American genocide of the indigenous people. That's responsible for genocides in Guatemala, genocides in Bangladesh, in Iraq, in Cambodia, in East Timor, in West Papua, and in Gaza. And you're the same collective monster that's responsible for every atrocity, every heinous crime that your country has ever committed. As far as I'm concerned, you poisoned Charlie Kirk's mind before he could even have a chance at a decent life, a moral life. And you poisoned the mind of the one who took the life that Charlie Kirk had. So spare me your counterfeit moralizing.
And so I'm going to throw out the big A word. I know you get asked about it a lot, but I want to hear from you what your opinion is on abortion.
Life begins at conception.
But about abortion specifically. Why do you think abortion is wrong specifically?
Well, you agree murder is wrong?
I agree. Okay, so this is where we get to the question, right? Because what is it about murder you say is wrong? Like, why is murder wrong?
Well, because it's a human being, not just because it has consciousness or because it's of a certain age, because it's a human.
What is it that gives human being this moral worth?
Not its consciousness necessarily.
I didn't say it's consciousness.
I know that. I can imagine it's because it is a human being, because it has a soul.
And what is this soul? Where does this come from? This idea that it's...
Exactly. I mean, again, the Greeks postulated that it is the entirety of your being. Okay, you guys can laugh. I mean, it's true. I mean, every civilization has had a different belief, but agreed upon ethical monotheism, which is the creed of the West and what the birth certificate of my country articulates, that every human being is more than just matter, it's more than just a clump of cells, but it also has an invisible element to you that will live beyond you.
Fine, so, I mean, can you say that comes from the Bible, or where else do you get that from?
Ethical monotheism, which is the creed of the West. And again, the Declaration of Independence mentions God 4 times. The founders were explicitly believed not in a secular morality, but a divinely given one, of at least this idea that there is a God and you are not him. And let me ask you, what is the first stage of human development?
So I mean, this is the thing, right? We can take it from the sperm being generated in the father and the oocyte being generated in the mother, right? They fuse at birth, conception, sorry. The only thing that happens at conception is these 2 cells fuse.
Right? No, DNA is created. A zygote.
DNA is not created.
A DNA, no, that's not true. The DNA coding at the zygote. Hold on, time out. Does a zygote have a unique marker?
Charlie,
does a zygote have a unique marker?
You have to let me speak. You have to
answer it, yes or no. Does a zygote have a unique marker?
Define a unique marker.
Meaning, can you differentiate the DNA coding between the mother and the zygote if you examine it under a deoxyribonucleic acid analysis? Can you?
Only purely because the addition comes from the father.
Oh, so it is something different.
Charlie, DNA is not created. DNA is not created. You have, the father has his own genome, the mother has her own genome. They fuse. This is why you have the same characteristics, similar ones to your mother, similar ones to your father. That's why you have similar characteristics to your siblings. DNA is not created, right? So when you ask me, where does a human being come from? I can say to you, it starts at conception, but all conception is these 2 cells joining, right? But these 2 cells were created, the mother's cells were created long before, they were created when she was a fetus. So there's none of this DNA being produced, right? So we can't establish, the only thing that happens at conception is these two cells fuse. Now this idea that means that for some reason suddenly that moral worth comes in, but it wasn't there before when you had these 2 cells who had half the DNA, but suddenly there's a
correct, yes, something magical happens at that.
It's not magical.
All right, I just thought I'd give you a little snippet of that. This is We-On-Loc Nation. What I'm about to show you is very, very fucking sickening. And this is from all you Lenon supporters. I can't stand you hoes. I can't stand not a near sight of one of you after what I just seen. And you've been supporting him. You've been supporting him and his ventures for quite some time. You new Lenon lovers, stay away, because you'll be just as sick and it's just as grimy as it. I'm just gonna let this shit fly, yo. We gonna get into it, and then after that, 10 minutes of this, I'm done, because you sick evil bastards. There's literally nothing lawless I can do. Because this is an old clip, something I just found out about. It's bad enough he's already a fucking weirdo to begin with. Lenon he's always been a fucking weirdo like that. But to this magnitude, Oh no, this is a whole nother low. This is a whole nother low. This is damn near pedophilia. This is some pedo shit, bruh. I ain't even playing with this no more, bruh. This dude, he's loony. This dude is loony. Fuck it. How y'all gonna come? Don't ever come on my page ever again. I'm blocking each and every single one of you motherfuckers. If you found out about this earlier on, and you got the nerve to come up on my page and criticize me about Umar, fuck you. This is done. It's done. It is fucking done. Where'd it go? Right. Let's do it.
Complete weirdo. Studio D, actually. We're going to take a look at a couple of clips. Now,
before I play this, I want to give credit to chat, and I definitely want to give it credit to what's the brother's name?
One of the primary clips in this
real quick.
This series is
Joe. Chad and Joe. Now I don't know what happened back then because I wasn't even a part of what they were doing. I was in the Umar sector for 8 years. Right? I never found out about this. I always found out that he did some weirdo shit, but this is beyond weird.
This one here. Matter of fact, let me just show the clips first. So Lenon Honor did a film. He calls these films. I don't call them films. These are like videos he made.
Here again, we find Alice wandering around alone in a place that she has never been and entering into a private art studio. She knocks on the door and soon gets the attention of a young male animator who is seated at work. The animator acknowledges Alice, after which Alice states, "But wait, did you notice Alice's body language after she states, 'I would like to watch you draw some funny'? Let us watch a
weirdo.
Alice rubs herself in her crotch area and with a smiling face projects a flirtatious disposition towards the adult male animator.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? And you have the nerve to come to me about what Umar is doing. And I bet you dimes and dollars he's gonna revert back to it and he's gonna say, well, Umar did the same thing. No, fuck boy. No. You have a jealous gene in your body that you need fixed. And up to this magnitude, 2013, you was off in the bushes somewhere playing with yourself. Now all of a sudden, you really have a sicko sensibility, like you are sick. Something is fucking wrong with you. And anybody, like I said, anybody who follows Lenon, you're gonna really have a hard time with me from here on in. You are. You fucking are. This is unexcusable.
Complete weirdo. Now, he did this. Listen, this series went on to I think it was 19 or 20 parts. He went through every cartoon. He went through everything he can find and created sexual connotations for everything. It's safe to say that Lenon Honor associates sex with children. Now, look, that's just looking at his work. Let's take a look at this other one here from Angels in Outfield. There's another one. This one right here. This one right here is the one that really tripped me out.
He's getting rid of the audio. The music or whatever. Why the I knew at some point that, yo,
Now,
this is nothing.
a lot of people talked about this video.
This is nothing. This is nothing compared to what I seen next.
There's some people in the sector talked about this video, and the main person who talked about this video is one that's very easily misled. Now, this is a very simple, innocent scene. To add a, now he's calling these subliminals.
Mind you, this is from Lenon Honors film. This is his shit. This is his baby.
Philosophy at that time was, actually still, was that whatever he sees, there's a reason for it. It's some subliminal thing that somebody else inserted. That's why it's there. And the rest of y'all don't see it because you're not special like he is. If you are imbued with his abilities from the cosmos, you would see it too. Now, who was thinking that? Raise your hand if that's what you was thinking when you saw a little kid holding an umbrella. Weirdo. Now,
read that. Since you got such a big fucking mouth, read it. Since you got such a big fucking mouth, read it. Read that. And read the description on the bottom. Read it. You don't need the audio right now. You don't need the audio right now, bro. Read that. Sick evil fuck.
that's Lenon Honor. That's what he makes of that simple scene, of that innocent scene of children. That's what.
Mahogany. Mahogany. Where can I send you a link? I need to send you a link.
What he makes out of it.
You sick evil bastard.
That is a perverted mind.
And
I'm telling you, it takes.
I didn't even know about this part until yesterday. The boy symbolizing what the fuck? Symbolizing represents the man who is waiting for his girlfriend, as seen. You sick evil bastard. You
Somebody
sick
special
fuck.
to be able to do that to children, to their imagery, to the point where he actually made product and sold it. And maybe the people he was selling to had the same kind of mind as him. Series went on to like, I think it was like 9.
Hold on.
Let me show you an example.
Hold on. We don't get into this today. Like I said, I got a good 5 minutes. I got a good 5 minutes. Where art thou? Where art thou? Lisa, click on the link. Lisa, click on the link. Oh, hey, Vaughn, this is your boy. This is your boy. You said no. You said there's no sound. You said there's no sound. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. I can hear me fine. Oh no, I'm not even playing the clip yet. I'm waiting for somebody to come up on stream. I'm waiting for somebody to come up on stream. But you're fine, sweetie. You're fine. I'm gonna play this shit again. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you would treat. I said that all wrong. This is what Lenon Honor sounds like. His goofy ass literally. Show them the link so they can see for the proof. All they gotta do is go on Joe somebody. But as a matter of fact, go on Chat Lives Matter. Go to Chat Lives Matter. This is his shit. Shouts out to Chat Lives Matter. All right. Since you can't follow it, doggone text message. Hold on. All right. Don't nobody come up but her. Don't nobody come up but her. Do nobody come up but her. Do nobody comes up by her. Mahogany, you can come up a little later. Don't nobody come up by her. So this is Lenon's Honors film, right? Chat Lives Matter is playing this particular film that I never knew about, because he considers himself, if you look on to his channel, he considers himself to be a filmmaker. So he created this fucking this disgusting filth. This is fucking filth. There's nothing by law I can do. I would even probably, this was, I think, 2013, 2014. 2013, 2014. But I never knew about it. I never knew about Lenon until he started coming after Umar. And then time went on and he started acting real fucking goofy. That's why Corey Holcomb outed him. Yeah, he puts it together. Chat Lives Matter. Yep. He puts it together. Chat Lives Matter. But Corey Holcomb outed him. Jaguar Wright outed him. He tried coming after Professor Griff. This dude's fucking weird. And you come after me about Umar? This is a disgrace of the highest order. I'm just waiting on Lisa right now. Lisa, come. I already sent you the link. Jesus Christ. Lisa, hit that. Hit that on the bottom. Hit that. Hit the link. You messed up the whole thing. But anyway, for the Cookie Crush, the Cookie Coon Crush chat or whatever, y'all a bunch of sickos. Lady Luck Club, you're sick. AFW, all you AFW fraud warriors, you're sick. Anti-Afro Spengali, you've been fucking sick. Al, you're sick. I'm naming all names from here on in. All you sick, twisted individuals who have been rocking with this sick son of a bitch for God knows how long, you're sick. You are sick people. Tell me if there was any individual with kids who would trust this nigga with your motherfucking kid. Now that I got you up, turn your mic off. Here. There you go. Just listen. Just because you ain't listening, look at the video, Vaughn.
So the example I showed last time was this picture of the anthem, right? This young girl is singing the national anthem, and Lenon, from his film Demons in the Outfield, he says the microphone she holds to her mouth is a symbolic representation of an erect P-word, right? Now, this is his interpretation of this scene in this film. What I wanted to show was how quick this scene flashes across the screen. Right? He has the next slide in this movie. He says that this is a symbolic representation of an orgy. Her and the people around her. Right? Now, the actual clip.
Lisa. Unmute yourself.
Yes. Is that all of it?
Do you see that subscription on the bottom right there?
Yes.
Where's can you read that for us, please?
The microphone that she holds to her mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And I see.
The
microphone that she holds to her mouth is a symbolic representation of an erect.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty then.
You can go now.
I mean, sick and twisted, far as I'm concerned. I mean, that's a little girl. And why would a grown man be sitting up looking at a child thinking of something like this anyway? Why would he insinuate something like this? I mean, for what reason? What purpose does it serve?
I will play the rest of the clip. You can go back down now.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. All you sick and twisted some bitches. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't put your camera on. Just go down. Go down, Lisa. I'll talk to you later. You sick and evil twisted bastards. I knew something was wrong from the very beginning. But I'll play the rest. I will play the rest. Since one part of it isn't enough for you. Sick evil bastards. Since that part wasn't enough for you, I'll play the rest.
We're gonna play the clip from the actual film. It's right here. I want you to see how fast this flows across the screen.
Hey, Skip. Trainer says I'm ready to pitch. When am I getting off the injured list? I was never sound. You here because you got a contract that pays you to be here. You blew your...
Here again, we find Alice wandering around alone in a place that she has never been and entering into a private art studio. She knocks on the door and soon gets the attention of a young male animator who is seated at work. The animator acknowledges Alice, after which Alice states, "But
I would like to watch you draw some funny."
wait, did you notice Alice's body language after she states, "I would like to watch you draw some funnies"? Let us watch again. Now in slow motion.
Pretty weirdo.
Alice rubs herself in her crotch area and with a smiling face projects a flirtatious disposition towards the adult male animator.
Complete weirdo. Now he did this. Listen, this series went on to like, I think it was like 19 or 20 parts. He went through every cartoon, he went through everything he can find and created sexual connotations for everything. It's safe to say that Lenon Honor associates sex with children. Now look, that's just looking at his work. Let's take a look at this other one here from Angels
By the way, that's not my mic, that's his.
in Outfield. There's another one, this one right here. This one right here is the one that really tripped me out.
He's getting rid of the audio. That's why you hear dead silence.
Now, a lot of people talked about this video. There's some people in the sector talked about this video.
T-Bone, let me ask you a question, my man. I'm sure you got kids. Would you trust in this nigga with your kids? He makes films. Yes, he makes films. He calls himself a filmmaker. He says it on his community wall. He says it on his community wall. All right, Ghostface. Let me ask you a question, my man. I'm sure you got like a wife and some kids, right? I'm sure you got a family, right? Would you trust in this motherfucker to take care of your motherfucking kids? If anybody entrust in Lenon Honor to take care of your kids, look after your kids, watch your kids, put a one in the chat. If you believe that he is capable of watching your children, put a one in the chat. Or put a 2. Put a 2 if you don't think, if you think hell to the no. Hell to the no. So that's a 2 then. Sad, sick.
And the main person who talked about this video is one that's very easily misled. Now, this is a very simple, innocent scene.
He said 9.
To add a sexual connotation to this, it's got to be something wrong with you.
I don't see anything weird. I see sexual, religious stuff. Sexual, religion don't fucking matter.
Now he's calling these subliminals. His entire philosophy at that time was that whatever he sees, there's a reason for it. It's some subliminal thing that somebody else inserted. That's why it's there. And the rest of y'all don't see it because you're not special like he is. If you are imbued with his abilities from the cosmos, you would see it too.
I'm not even saying anything.
Now, who was thinking that? Raise your hand if that's what you was thinking when you saw a little kid holding an umbrella. Weirdo.
Like I said, I'm lost for words. I didn't think to this extent that this was going to be his idea of a film. Fucking sick. We ain't even talking about it.
Back to where it was. Back to here, I believe. I got this son.
Get that sick evil bastard out of here. Get him out of here. Get East. I'll do it my motherfucking self. Get his ass out of here. Ain't no motherfucking way you coming in my check, you weird ass motherfucker. If he comes back, ice him. Ice his ass. Any motherfucker from Lenon on his camp comes onto my page, cut him off. Weird bastard.
Noise thing to take the music out of this. I don't want to hear the music. Now, that's Lenon on.
Bruh, read that. Read that. And read the description on the bottom. Who is it from? Y'all tell me, who is it from? Who is it from? Who the fuck is it from? Who's it from? It's from the motherfucker that you support. And you got the nerve to come after me? I'll date all you motherfuckers. If I ever see you in real life, I will dare all you motherfuckers. This is something I don't play with. I have kids. Sick bastard.
That's what he makes of that simple scene, of that innocent scene of children. That's what he makes out of it. That is a perverted mind. And I'm telling you, it takes somebody special to be able to do that to children, to their imagery.
But y'all support,
to the point where he actually made product and sold it. And maybe the people he was selling it to had the same kind of mind as him.
What is this shit? I never knew. I didn't know about this. I never knew about this. I swear to Almighty God, put a Bible on it and I will swear on it. I never knew about this pedo. He's a pedo. I never knew about this. T-Bone, did you know about this? You from the sector. Did you know about this bullshit? Bro. I gotta get some water.
Great craziness. Now, let's move forward, right? Now, because I've seen all of this stuff that he did, when I saw him in other places projecting sexuality onto other people, I always took it with a grain of salt. Like he's talking about himself. When he would come out of the blue and make something into something, anything that someone says into something like a pedophile. He did it a lot with Umar Johnson, taking figurative languages and making it mean something different. The same thing he did in these films, alleged films. And he did a conspiracy theory series trying to distance himself from all of this, right? But he's still selling all of it on his website. That was all just because he knew that I was going to cover this, because I said it. He wanted to try to put some distance between him and his work, because this is still how he thinks to this day. And this is all my opinion. So when we get to, in fact, here's a part. This one, Lola. All right. Now this is a scene from, what year is this? It's 2017, I think. 2017, before he started working. Now this is in September of 2017 in Utah, before he started working. Actually, he did a series of videos every day before he started working. And
this is your guy. This sick, evil bastard. This guy. That's who you support. Anyone who has a wrench, T, Lisa, Barbie, y'all got wrenches. You see anyone who's support of Lenon, ice them. Just ice them. If I can't do anything legally to this guy, I'm gonna damn sure embarrass him. Look for the nearest fucking clip. I am going to embarrass the hell out of you. I swear to God, because you ain't got nothing on me. You don't have shit on me. You ain't got shit on me, bro. You ain't got nothing on me, you sick, evil fuck. And I hope your wife, you evil bastard. I hope she gets a hold of this too. I hope she divorces you. And you ain't got no fucking ring. I hope she divorces your punk ass, you son of a bitch. I hope you get your kids taken away from you, you evil son of a bitch.
he knows so much about this little girl. Is he keeping track specifically of this little girl? And he didn't describe the little girl in terms of his daughters want to play with her or something like that. He described it as in terms of just a little girl doesn't get a chance to come over here, and her parents don't let her come over here. But it would seem like if you are a parent and the parent has some concern, and you would go meet them parent to parent, you would normally send your wife, who also is at home because she doesn't have a job, go out and talk to the mother. Right? You meet parent to parent. You have a phone number. If not, go out there and talk to her and make sure that she know her daughter's going to be safe and what time she needs to come back and if she's going to stay for dinner. This is regular stuff in the neighborhood. Let me check out. They say I'm breaking up. Let me see. I see no indication. I am doing a lot. I'm actually streaming to 3 different services at once. I want to see what the limit was. And according to YouTube, oh, I see YouTube is tripping. And Rumble is way behind. Okay. Receiving enough video. Okay. Let me see what I can do with this. I'm going to make an adjustment and drop Rumble from the stream. If I have enough bandwidth left over. Let's drop Rumble. I think the people watching are on this channel. Yeah. Back the audio over here.
Sorry about that. This is, dude. Anyone who supports somebody that plays with that in a pelophitic, you can't hear me?
And I'm going to throw out the big A word. I know you get asked about it a lot, but I want to hear from you what your opinion is on abortion.
Life begins at conception.
But about abortion specifically. Why do you think abortion is wrong specifically?
Well, you agree murder is wrong?
I agree. Okay, so this is where we get to the question, right? Because what is it about murder you say is wrong? Like, why is murder wrong?
Well, because it's a human being, not just because it has consciousness or because it's of a certain age, because it's a human.
Well, what is it that gives human being this moral worth?
Not its consciousness necessarily.
I didn't say it's consciousness.
I know that I can imagine it because it is a human being because it has a soul.
And what is this soul? Where does this come from? This idea that it's...
Exactly. I mean, again, the Greeks postulated that it is the entirety of your being. Okay, you guys can laugh. I mean, it's true. I mean, every civilization has had a different belief, but agreed upon ethical monotheism, which is the creed of the West and what the birth certificate of my country articulates, is that every human being is more than just matter, it's more than just a clump of cells, but it also has an invisible element to you that will live beyond you.
Fine, so, I mean, can you say that comes from the Bible, or where else do you get that from?
Ethical monotheism, which is the creed of the West. And again, the Declaration of Independence mentions God 4 times. The founders were explicitly believed not in a secular morality, but a divinely given one, of at least this idea that there is a God and you are not him. And let me ask you, what is the first stage of human development?
So this is the thing, right? We can take it from the sperm being generated in the father and the oocyte being generated in the mother, right? They fuse at birth, conception, sorry. The only thing that happens at conception is these 2 cells fuse.
Right? No, DNA is created. A zygote.
DNA is not created.
A DNA, no, that's not true. The DNA coding at the zygote. Hold on, time out.
I'll let you finish.
Does a zygote have a unique marker?
Charlie,
does a zygote have a unique marker?
You have to let me speak. You have to
answer it, yes or no. Does a zygote have a unique marker?
Define a unique marker.
Meaning, can you differentiate the DNA coding between the mother and the zygote if you examine it under a deoxyribonucleic acid analysis? Can you?
Only purely because the addition comes from the father.
Oh, so it is something different.
Charlie, DNA is not created. DNA is not created. You have, the father has his own genome, the mother has her own genome. They fuse. This is why you have the same characteristics, similar ones to your mother, similar ones to your father. That's why you have similar characteristics to your siblings. DNA is not created, right? So when you ask me, where does a human being come from? I can say to you, it starts at conception, but all conception is these 2 cells joining, right? But these 2 cells were created, the mother's cells were created long before, they were created when she was a fetus. So there's none of this DNA being produced, right? So we can't establish, the only thing that happens at conception is these two cells fuse. Now this idea that means that for some reason, suddenly that moral worth comes in, but it wasn't there before when you had these 2 cells who had half the DNA, but suddenly there's a
correct, yes, something magical happens at that.
It's not magical, Charlie, we know about this.
Well, hold on.
Charlie.
Time out, hold on.
I promise you, I'm not trying to score points. I'm not trying to score points on you. This is genuine.
We call it the miracle of life for a reason. We've not been able to yet replicate human life development outside of the womb.
We call it the miracle of life because, yes, it's something beautiful, the ability to form a new...
Magical.
It's not... You say magical as in, oh, it's beautiful, it's an incredible thing that happens, of course. But it's not incredible in the sense we don't know what's going on. There's no new DNA coming out of nowhere.
Hold on, but time out. Isn't there a separate DNA, though, than the mother?
Yes, from the father.
Okay, yes, but it's not the father's DNA either. A new coding is created.
Charlie,
you are a blend of the 2. And so when did your life begin?
Okay, so
when did your life begin?
I mean, again, this comes from what you define as where life starts. You can say life starts at conception, but I'm telling you, I believe that's just an arbitrary point, right? That's just the moment these 2 cells fuse. Now, you say about this mother thing. So the way DNA is arranged in a cell is it's arranged in chromosomes. Chromosomes are paired up, so you have one from the mother, one from the father, typically, in a healthy individual, right? Now, you can take those maternal chromosomes out and you can find that this is who the person's mother is. And you can do the same with the father. Now, the reason you are different to your mother and father is because some of those chromosomes express genes that are different from each other. And so those genes interact and that's what gives rise to you, right? But there's no space for any kind of moral framework to come into that until you consider that a human being is capable of consciousness and of suffering. But if you take that out of the equation, the fact that these two DNA, whatever they call molecules, right? These two DNA molecules are fusing, that does not suddenly flip a switch that attributes moral worth to that individual.
First of all, black people ain't had nothing to do with this. We wasn't nowhere near Utah. So I'm like, how was the response to go after black students? We're getting these alerts about this school and that school, Hampton, and all these different schools. So I was like, what is happening? And I was like, and why are we in this, right? Like, what is it that students on a HBCU campus have to do with this, right? We have had school shootings that have taken place on all types of campuses. And there are those, specifically on the right, that always want to put out this idea that black folk are dangerous and criminal, and we just have more of a propensity to commit crimes and things like that. Do you know how many school shootings we've had at a HBCU? Zero. One of the safest campus that you can be, a safe haven. And it is interesting because those campuses were created out of kind of the segregation idea. But we don't do that. So we're not going to talk about white supremacy. Like, we're not going to talk about the fact that the vast majority of these shootings, whether they are seen as political or not, if we look at the numbers, white supremacy ideology. But we don't want to do anything about that. There's no legislation that they want to bring. Every time you say white supremacy, they want to yell, oh, you're race baiting. No, I am going on facts. When we look at these mass shootings, most of them are linked to neo-Nazism or, Proud Boys or whatever. It's always some white supremacy kind of thing that's going on. It's not black folk that are going out there. It's not immigrants that are going out there. But what cities are we going into? Black cities, because we are supposedly the ones that commit all the crime. Which people are we going after? Immigrants, because allegedly it's immigrants, but we don't want to have a talk about what the numbers say, what the facts say, which is that we have a white supremacy problem in this country. So until we decide to deal with the problem, we're going to continue to have a problem.
We already got a problem. We already got a problem in America when they say that your ideas are not realistic. How do you know if you haven't even tried? But shouts out to Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett for president. Jasmine Crockett for president. Now, before I go back into that, you damn right she needs a team. You damn right she needs a team. But before I go deep into that, anyone who supports this faggot from here on in, I'm going to humiliate you. I'm going to be the one who humiliates you. If nobody else, I will be the one to humiliate you. Because this is just some sick, twisted, perverted nonsense. It's sick, it's twisted. And that's why Corey Holcomb outed you. That's some sick ass shit. If Umar does anything, it's with adults. You just have this sick fascination about adults and children about what the sexuality is your biggest problem.
The little girl's outside, and she's yeah was outside.
Huh?
Yeah, I might not have enough bandwidth. So let me stop.
I hate to inform you.
Yeah, the dot at the green. Let me get let me break out my draw tools. I got fancy tools in this OBS thing. Give me
to be quite honest with you, just yeah, she just has a weird thing because it's I guess it's private property. Anybody's filming anything on here other than Valley-wide event is I don't know, they consider it trespassing or whatever, but I hate to inform you, but yeah.
Okay, this is not private property. This is a park.
No, it's private property with Valley-wide. Again, I
understand you're doing your job,
yeah.
And the lady had already asked me once before, so I moved from over there to over here.
Yeah. No, this I can guarantee it is.
What he's saying is that it's actually public property, but it's under the control of the school district. So this school is right next door to this park, and there's a partnership. The part of the school, they coordinate together, and so this is during the school day. The kids are coming over from the school to do an activity in the park. He's in the park filming. They ask him, "Hey, can you please put your camera away because the kids are coming over?" He refuses initially to move, and then he finally moves, but he keeps his camera equipment out. He's not live streaming.
Private property.
A public park is private property.
Yeah.
You see the contradiction?
It's weird.
So he is avoiding the crux of the concern. He's making it about the words when really what they're saying is we can't have an adult and his kids are there. He could have brought his kids to the park and he would have had a case, but he's in the park alone.
And y'all don't find that weird. You do not find that fucking weird. Y'all don't find that weird at all. You know what? I need to share this again. I really do. I need to share this again just to remind you of how fucking weird this dude is.
Indignant about us. You saw that, Zoe?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
No, I did not.
He ain't shit.
Obviously, yeah.
This motherfucker is sitting in the park. Do I need to say more? A man who got business don't even motherfucking get to the park. When I was a motherfucker who didn't have no money, I used to be at the park every day hooping because I had time. I didn't have no work. Mm-hmm. But here's a motherfucker talking about us. Talked about you.
Yes.
Talked about me. He didn't say nothing about you, D.
Okay.
That's another thing to let me know. Watch that motherfucker. Punk ass motherfucker sitting in the park had the nerve to say his 6-year-olds act more mature than us. Motherfucker, you said you got 5 kids. He said he got 5 kids. Who the fuck got time to sit in the park when they got 5 kids? I don't know a motherfucker got time to sit in the park unless they kids with him.
Wait, he already admitted in the video that he was having financial issues.
Oh,
he
no.
wasn't even ready.
He didn't have to tell me. He said
financial discipline was weak.
He said his financial discipline was weak. You didn't have to tell me your financial. mental discipline was weak. You in the park.
You know.
I'm gonna set up in the park because my woman put me out the house.
Oh.
Go home where your girl take care of you and try to mature because you think you mature because of the way you talk, but you in the park with 5 kids. Come on, man. Come on, man. Talking about the way I talk. He said that Stephen A. Smith shit. This is another thing you motherfuckers can't fool me with. I don't normally watch his show. Get the fuck out of here. I'm your God, motherfucker. You want to be me so bad, but you can't give a motherfucker like me credit because of the way I talk. You think you closer to God than me. You not. You not. Trying to start some shit.
Right.
But what that's going to get you? It's just like the man in the park.
Right.
It's not worth it.
Do you got something to do today?
They're getting.
Listen, in our community, there are certain people who wait for the downfall of others to jump on top of it. Like, this is an opportunity because I can't say shit about what they do, but now let me try to attack the man because it looks like he slipped a little. Now let me jump on him.
While you down.
While you down. That's the nigga in the park.
Right. That's
the nigga in the park.
That's the other anonymous nigga. It's some nigga on the
Let me
internet.
get something out of it. Right. Let me
Anonymous.
get something out of it.
Let me talk about them while I got something to point at.
Right.
Because I really want to be them.
Right. They got the heat on them. So if I do a video about them, I'm gonna get ancillary views. They spoke on my behalf, basically saying Zoe comes in here with black-owned businesses that don't have the cash to get national exposure on the radio, and we allow Zoe to promote these businesses for free. Niggas ain't making videos about that. Niggas ain't in the park making videos about that.
No, the dude in the park took this opportunity to criticize and say his 6-year-olds act like they more intelligent than us. Hey, homie, your 6-year-old gonna have a Corey Holcomb t-shirt on one day. While you sitting in the park like a mark.
Right.
Ain't that old school?
Right. Sugar.
This motherfuckers out here got a vice. They like to sit in the park and talk shit about boss niggas. That's a fucked up vice.
Or another nigga like to sit behind a meme.
What's your address, homie? Send it to the thing so I can mail you a mirror.
Yeah.
Cause you must ain't got none at the crib.
He ain't got nothing else better to do. He ain't got nothing else better to do. The point of contention is if he can't do anything because successful wise, he'll come after people, right? But Umar's his bread and butter. If Umar don't come on, he's not on. Simple. It's as simple as that. Simple. It's the only thing you need to know. And his little buddies from, and mind you, he gets his audience from, most of his audience from anti-Afro Bengalis. That's anti-Afro Bengalis audience. Attracted to his audience. And most of them are white, by the way. Make it make sense. That was Corey. That was Zoe Williams. Zoe Williams, my mentor, my ace, Boom Coon. That man has taught me a lot about time, space, everything. But yeah, T, this is some goofy ass shit, and I'm gonna embarrass the fuck out of him too. Like I said, anyone that thinks it's okay to talk about a child like that, and he finds nothing wrong, and this is the man that was going to sell the consumer, sell the public his version of his films in that format, trying to hustle and trying to keep hustling, right? And I already played the Claudia clip, May Claudia rest in peace. I don't feel I need to play it again. But if I do it, I'll play it. Right? Since he wants to go on old shit and accuse and slander, he slandered himself. He slandered himself out there. And I wasn't even speaking on his wife. I'm saying his wife should be ashamed. Literally, she doesn't know. She will eventually. She will eventually. She will eventually. Now, I'm moving on from this. I am moving on. But just know, we coming for you. You sick, evil, twisted bitch. As a matter of fact, give me a few minutes to calm down before I really lose. I'm going to really lose it. I'm going to really lose it. So just give me a few minutes. All right, we're going to go into this next thing and I didn't play it fully because obviously there were some technical issues, but I'm gonna, I don't know why. I'm just going to come out with it. I don't even know why people have a problem with a woman being in office, let alone have just a little bit of power. Just a tiny little inch bit of power. But then you got these red pill rage. I don't know what you call these goofy goofies, but I guess red pill. They believe in like one world order type of shit, where a man is in charge and a woman is just not even a forethought. But you'll see. You'll see it. You will definitely see it. I think it's goofy. I think it's trash. But at the end, people believe in that patriarchal way of living. They believe in that, but I don't. So, and people like me who don't believe in patriarchy are called what? Simps. So, it is what it is.
In the world so beautifully for them because he's able to say exactly what a period said, but he was able to say it in a edible way where people could accept the racism.
I'm not co-signing none of that you just said, but what I will say is this. Hold on. What I will say is this. If he claims to have all this money, he claims to be elite, he claims to be so rich and prominent. If he pays like he weighs, of course he could come back. If he pays like he weighs and be's a respectful little boy, of course he could come back. But other than that, if he don't pay like he weighs, and if he can't come back, no. But if he pays like he weighs and be a respectful young man, then of course he could come back.
And also, let me shout out to my girl DB, the sponsor of my last show. She was out there kicking some black man's ass the other day. Shout out to DB. Appreciate you, girl. But
yeah,
why do black men, because I'm speaking for me and you, why do we have to wait until somebody do something to us to recognize that person was nefarious?
So okay. So yeah. I can speak for myself.
Okay.
I hang around you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And most people don't like.
Mm-hmm. Damn, he went out. We'll wait. Maybe he got a phone call. So the thing is, the people that don't like me, they cannot pinpoint the words that they don't like about me. That is the issue that we keep on having, Diva. They keep saying, I don't like Sharon because what did I say? Well, it's because the women, and you know, you be saying that we gotta go for a walk, and we got estrogen in our titties, we got man boobs. I didn't see my penis in like 10 years, so I'm mad at you because I gotta take a goddamn pill to get my thing up, and I'm mad at you, Sharon, because you're telling us that we need to go walk 15 minutes this way, 15 minutes that, do 2 push-ups a day. Answer the question for him and the good folks that are listening. Can you name one thing that became good from women voting? Go ahead.
I think that women voting or women influencing voting definitely played a part in providing, being more, what's the word I'm looking for? Supportive of welfare. And I'm not really big on the welfare state. However, you know, if you look in the 1920s, especially the Great Depression, all that stuff, I think people will argue that also that like prohibition, which I'm very much against drinking, so I thought that was a good thing. Granted, it got, you know, re-amended and whatever, but I think there's plenty of things, and especially locally, anybody that and I'm kind of all over the place, but I personally don't think that just because someone can vote, that someone should be able to vote just because it's a good thing or whatever the case may be. If we live under certain ideals or whatever, it just is what it is. There are plenty of people I don't want to vote. There's plenty of people that I don't think it's a good thing they should vote. I don't think that when whoever votes, it's naturally good in a sense of he makes a good choice. However, from a democracy standpoint and from what our system represents, I think he should be able to vote. I think other people should be able to vote just because. Me personally, I think you're stupid and I don't think you should vote. But I wouldn't, if I was in a position of power, if I was in a position of power, I wouldn't go for that and I wouldn't vote for that either. So like trying to tie it as, oh, what's a good reason or what's been good because women can vote or whatever the case may be is it's irrelevant when we're talking about the system that the U.S. is under.
Perfect. So it's
I ain't know what half of what he was talking about, but literally, with AR on this particular subject, when clearly the United States of America is completely balanced when it comes to issues here in America that can be solved with 2 people not currently, but oh, my dear, you missed it. I want to, first of all, I want to give Philly Phil a standing ovation, doing an awesome job, putting the foot on people's necks. Now, Lisa, do you want to fill her in about what the hell I just played? Because I feel if I play it again, I'm going off. I'm not a stable person today. I'm really not. Basically, when it comes to Umar, Lenon's a sicko. He is sick. He is very fucking sick. Did you want to come up for a few minutes? Just let me know. Philly, if you wanted to come up for a few minutes, just let me know. But I was on the first saying that Lenon Otter is a sick bastard. He's sick. And you can tell her too much to type. Try to formulate it in small. You're driving home. I can wait until you get. Oh, I can definitely wait till you get home. I can definitely wait until you get home. Let me know when you get home. Wait, I'll wait till you get home and you come right back to me. But anyway,
where we at today is I agree that
oh yeah, before I continue playing it, what I was trying to say was, as a community, two heads are better than one. We are not in a particular place and time where one man can do it all by himself, like economically, politically, all that other shit. To take over an entire country, yes, you have the backing of the elitists and everybody else, but when it comes to a woman's perspective, that's like king and queen type shit. But literally, a man wants to prove. I don't know what these people are trying to prove. I don't know what red pillists are trying to achieve. I don't know what the fuck they're trying to achieve. But whatever it is they're trying to achieve is not good at all. You can't live without a woman. And they're gonna throw it out all day, every day, how men survive. The men are the best survivalists when it comes to the environment and this and that and that and this, and they can fix that. And that might be true. But during your downtime, who is there for you when you are sick? Who is there for you when you don't have the mental capacity to move forward? Who is there for you? There ain't nobody there for, ain't no woman there for you to give you the comfort that you need. You need feminine energy. But little do these knuckleheads know that men and women both share the same energy. It's the same concept. Yin and yang. One can't perform without the other. When you are driving and your battery goes down, you need both negative and positive energy. Poof. Negative and fucking positive energy. But you're saying you have all positive energy. We're the men, we're the greatest race in the earth. We don't need women.
The fact that they can vote and we can have different disagreements and have better understanding of where we need to move as a community and as a country. We need everybody's opinion to be heard. Go ahead. So now, conservative, he answered your question. Now, are you going to be able to answer his? Go ahead and ask your question. Well, the question was, conservative, why is it that you are only focused on the women's side of things and not the classism side of things when we are talking about voting?
Well, I'm real about a particular thing, and so we could, restrict certain things by class. The general math is that, let's say back in the day, it was landowners. That's who voted, right? So the way you would kind of catch up in the modern sense would be make it more about people who pay taxes. Right? So if you rush up to government here to probably don't get a vote. Like if you're on benefits at all.
Why do you, when you talk about voting, fit that requirement, fit that bill? And there's plenty of women that don't. And so why is it that you go to women shouldn't be able to vote?
But to do one would also do the other for the most part. So I'm willing to play that game.
But how would it, there's plenty of women. Are you saying that the majority of women are on welfare?
By and large, it was.
Do you believe that most women are on welfare?
No, but the net taxpayer thing was the actual crux of it.
So, like for example, what is pretty much saying? So, Oprah Winfrey, she shouldn't be able to vote. Dangerous situation when we are having this conversation. Some kind of higher position, the woman that clearly out earned them, and they feel like they at the same level as any woman just because they are a man. That is a problem. And then once we could just move on from that, then maybe we could just be honest and say, hey, it is nothing wrong with women voting. I think it's weird that it's women I think it's weird that it actually have women that is saying that, yeah, take away my right to vote. I think that's weird. But hey, if they don't want their right to vote, it is what it is. But maybe they don't vote anyway. But clearly we got women on your side that believes that women voting is a bad thing. That's crazy to me. What up, Vincent?
I think I asked this before, and I asked him like when he felt like the country's downturn started or whatever, and he said like the 70s or whatever the case may be. And I had brought up like, okay, so before that, Black people couldn't vote, or it was very difficult. So why not just go back to that, to no Black people being able to vote, since that's when you believe America was at its best? And he's like, why do you turn into a race thing? Why do you turn into a race thing? And it's like, I don't know, man. I just wish I could understand how retards think sometimes, but
I think it's obvious you struggle. The two of you struggle with the objective logic of certain things, and then you have to emotionalize the rest of the algorithm. So, like for example, when I ask you for a million times, what is the positive that comes from women voting, and you finally gave something up, and the one thing that you could give up after you look high and low for a simple answer, you said welfare. Which the long story short is men pay into the welfare system and women receive benefits from the system. It's literally women voting the money direct out of the. So when you say something like, hey, you are something like the welfare state, women can just vote the money out of men's pockets.
When
women have the vote.
So what years?
Well, honestly, it would probably be closer to the 60s.
Yeah, when Black people were able to vote.
This is the growth.
Are you saying when Black people were able to vote?
Well, apparently Black people vote like women, but the point stands.
Okay,
like the addition of women to the welfare state.
So they were able to vote then. It wasn't until, by your admission, the 60s when the welfare state blew up, and that was when Black people started voting, correct?
Can we also not act like men don't take from, right, with these mental health diagnoses? They take from it too, and it's a lot of y'all, right? These men in prison getting free health care, baby, that's welfare too. So yeah, we know, and we know your demographic, hood conservative, is a drain on the welfare system.
It's you're asking to prove or disprove a truism or whatever the word is. I can't remember off the top of my voting. It's like there's nothing inherently necessarily good about someone voting in a vacuum. It's just the system we live under. It's good based off the system we live under. It doesn't have what is good about people voting. What is good people that don't have jobs? What is good, the system we live under? And if you support that system, that's why it's good that they're able to vote, and that's why you fight for them to be able to vote. Just like, for example, quote unquote hate speech. Hate speech falls under free speech. What is good about hate speech? Well, there's nothing necessarily inherently good about hate speech, but it falls under the amendment, and that's why you fight for it. It doesn't have to be. I fight for this because this is what I believe. This is what they believe in. These are country ideas.
Yeah.
But you yourself don't even understand the ideals. That's kind of the problem I'm highlighting.
Do you think
have a belief,
you understand them more
but
than
you don't
I do?
know why you explain your point. You got defensive and you could not defend your position about women's voting. And that is a simple explanation, a simple example I'm talking about. You think you know things, but you just believe things, which is not the same at all.
So he just reiterated just voting in general because he's believing in an American way. That's why it is good for a woman to vote in America if she's a citizen.
No, because that is not an explanation. It's not a statement of what you get or what the good that will come from it is. I just believe it because I believe. No, this is like childish essentially.
No, you missed it. So he's saying the reason why it's good for women to voting is because it's America moving forward. Because this is a right as a citizen in America should.
Statement. I believe it's good because I believe in it.
Okay, can I say something? Can I give you an example of how it was good? So women getting the vote, and these were white women, because 1920 created is what led to the creation of the right to vote. A lot of those women who had been in the suffragette movement formed the League of Women Voters, and it was them who lobbied. And so I think that's one great thing that came out of women being able to vote, even if it was a bunch of stinking ass white bitches.
Conservative, what's the benefit of black men being able to vote?
I wouldn't argue it's a benefit.
Like, what's the good thing? What's the good thing that's coming out of black men being able to vote?
Again, I wouldn't argue it's a benefit situation per se. It's merely an exchange of value. In exchange for, well, yeah, there's a sentence here. I'm going to say it, and you have to hear it to understand the answer to your question. Men didn't get the vote because it was just good. Men got the vote.
No,
black men included. Black men included.
Okay.
Men
they
get
didn't
the vote
at
because
the same time. So we talking specifically about black men.
Well, the idea is that we extend the franchise to
what's
all
a good,
men.
what's a good thing that has came from black men being able to vote? Please answer that. That's
Now
what you asked me
dancing.
about women.
Right,
Please
now
stop.
you dancing.
Yeah.
Just tell us what
is a good
came
thing?
out of black men specifically
civil
being
rights-
able to vote.
The civil rights era that you love so much.
What civil rights
Y'all
era? The one
couldn't
where it was all
vote
white people?
during the civil rights era, right? You got the right to vote after the civil rights era. That's what the civil rights era created. So now try again, sir.
Black men were voting before 1965.
When black men started being able to vote.
And very limited. Just like women were also voting, which would mean that if you're gonna claim that because of very limited black men were voting during the civil rights era, that's a benefit from it, then you can then women get to claim the same thing about the civil rights era because that was also voted on by women.
The civil rights era, nor did the Civil Rights Act give you the right to vote.
Okay, so what is one good thing that came out of black men voting?
I already did it, bro. Come on, I'm not like you. I answered immediately.
You said civil rights, right?
I answered it immediately, though. You see how easy it was for me to substantiate an argument?
You said civil rights, correct?
That was the easy go-to answer, and it's the truth.
You said civil rights, correct?
You just can't do this as well as I can.
No. So the Voting Rights Act was passed in 1965, right? That was a year after the Civil Rights Act. So again, try again, sir. What good came out of black men being able to vote? And it wasn't civil rights.
Black men already had the right to vote.
You
They
were
called it
not
a Voting
voting
Rights
in
Act.
large numbers. They had coming up there with a rifle and saying, "Nigga, get your ass from up here," right? And so don't play with us like that. Y'all were not voting in large numbers, which is why you needed the Voting Rights Act. So try again, sir.
I will put it in. This is far-fetched. You had no voice. You had no right to vote. Only white elitists who were in the position to hold power within themselves. And 1578 was far-fetched. But if you can't take 1578, then I suggest you go to 1865, when you were freed. And when you were freed, you still didn't have a right to vote. You still didn't have a right to vote. So what special things did you have then? The Emancipation Proclamation never freed anyone. It only freed slaves that were in rebellion. And you still didn't have a right. You didn't even have your right mind then. It took a revolutionary. It took a revolutionary in Booker T. Washington to put you in place. Something that was illegal and could put you in jail or worse.
Women were also voting then, so that's a good. So then why can't women claim that, but black men can?
Okay, these are two completely different phenomena and situational realities. So what women were voting because they were probably landowners, business owners, that sort of thing, back before women had the right to vote.
No, they were not. Wrong again. They only became landowners and business owners because their men were off to war. I'm going to say it again. There are only landowners and business owners only because their men, their husbands had to go to war. And when they came back, well, some of them came back, some of them didn't. It was what? Business as usual.
Now
we're not. Hold on. What are you talking about right now?
The actual Female Suffrage Act gave women, broadly speaking, the right to vote. You comparing that to black men or men getting the right to vote is like you don't even understand the realities that you're trying to now stand on, because men got the right to vote in exchange for the right to die.
What?
Yes,
black men. What are you talking about? Black men were already. First of all, there was no.
In exchange for conscription,
okay,
we all have the right to vote.
This is
the argument. Hold on, let's
in exchange. In exchange for conscription.
All right, we understand you saying because black men fought in the war, that's the reason why they got the right to vote. That's fine.
Well, that's not fine. That's not true.
Yeah,
I thought it was 1961, and then later on, white women included black women in their race struggle, well, their feminist struggle, and off to the races we go. Some of these people really need to get their history straight.
But the question is, what is good out of the problem is that when you have framed the question, what good came out of women voting, you can say that for any race or demographic of people. What good is gay people?
But we just did that. His answer was women can vote money out of men's pocket. My answer was black men use the right to vote to secure more rights, to start an actual movement for their people. We are not the same.
No.
You can say the same about women.
Right.
That's the point. This is, so again, civil rights was not only
So
black.
if you're saying that black men voting created other beneficial laws or legislation for them in the future, then you can definitely say that about women, because in the 1920s they was given the right to vote, and that started the whole feminist movement, which some people would even say led to the Civil Rights Act. So I don't see how you don't see the benefit, at least for women. Probably not for
Yes and
yourself,
no.
but at least for women.
Feminism was always an issue for them. Now the thing is,
Black men specifically got the right for the Civil Rights Act. We can also say feminism, right?
when he says women started voting for welfare, that is women voting for money out of men's pockets. You can't tell me that's a benefit to me. That's a benefit to them. When black men,
that's my
when
point.
black
That's
men
my
started
point.
the civil rights movement, don't cut me off when I'm trying to finish. I'm trying to finish my. I'm trying to finish the whole thought.
I got you. Let him fully answer the question before y'all start jumping on him again. Go ahead.
It's real short. It's real short. When black men started the civil rights movement, that was to benefit the community, not to benefit half of us as a gender.
No, it wasn't.
Prove it.
What 1865? What called it 1865 after the Civil War? What were the events okay, Civil Rights Act of 1865. The 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. That the only time, obviously, the 19th Amendment happened, but prior to the 14th or 15th Amendment, I don't remember which.
I got nothing to do today. If you feel bored, bounce. This is something important to analyze, to be perfectly honest with you.
There was no mention of gender in the Constitution. It wasn't until black men, the amendments was the 15th. Harp on the, why do you harp on the
tell
women?
me what I said 20 minutes ago if you're going to ask me the question like it's so fucking bright.
All right, hold on.
I mean, it's simply put, you got hood conservative who is red raging pill as hell. I know that because I spoke with him so many years ago. And it was just one of those conversations that went left. Because his ideology is like everybody else. A woman's place is basically a woman's place, which she has none, but beside a man, which that don't make no sense. And you do the cooking and the cleaning and the blah 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 blah. That's scary. That's scary when you as a human being don't have a right to vote anyway back then. So you're trying to take away a woman's right to live, but she's supposed to be underneath you because you figured yourself to be a man. But in this particular case, and I'm not saying all men, but in this particular case, you were still enslaved. I have a question. When Willie Lynch started, after you were being bruised and beaten up and torn apart, what was the next thing to go? The next thing to go was your mindset, right? Keep the body, take the mind. And they nurtured you. They were commanded to nurture you. You were commanded as a black slave, as an African slave, to nourish your own, how do I say this? Put it this way. This is some upset incest shit. You were forced to have sex with your own, with your own up on some incest shit. Because the idea was to breed and keep breeding slaves. But all of a sudden you have a problem with a woman voting? I asked the question, how many of you are threatened by Jasmine Crockett being possibly the next president of the United States? How many of you are feared by that? But each and everything that she says and each and everything that she does, you have a problem with. And she has nobody. She has nobody to back her up. She has zero. I'm not saying zero. She probably has Al Green in them. But other than that, she has nobody in her corner. And I wonder why that is.
I wanted to stay in conversation before it gets a little too wild.
God, like, bro, why are you gonna keep asking me the same questions that I explained thoroughly? I explained this shit well.
This shit way too long, to be honest. In my opinion, y'all entertaining this bullshit way too long.
He comes on here a lot and spews the same goofy shit.
Okay, so I guess the main problem is that majority of people are not going to agree that voting for welfare is the same as voting for money out of men's pockets. It's just not a true statement at all, because regardless if they get rid of all welfare situations, it ain't gonna lower your taxes at all.
I mean, you're saying it's untrue, but you didn't disprove the simple theorem that men pay for the majority of it by their tax dollars and women receive the majority of it just by being. So that is literally the situation. It doesn't quite disprove what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't agree that they just get it just because they are a woman. I just don't agree with that. I don't think it's anything that neither one of us could prove, right or wrong, about women are just getting the welfare just because they are a woman. We know at least two people in the spaces that are men that are getting welfare. That's getting Section 8, right?
So Social Security.
Why they're getting the welfare has nothing to do with their genitals, but has more to do with they actually have the children in the home, because welfare is.
Well, I want to skip.
What did Hood say to you earlier about? Could you pass it on to a man, somebody who might have served already, to ask me that question?
Well, I used to work for him, so I know that most warfare is cyber warfare.
Is there a man?
He didn't. He put his bid. That's crazy.
Can I still be called back to serve? Yes, I can.
How old are you?
It goes a long way age-wise. Now,
how old are you?
Back to the topic. MJ cannot be forced to serve whoever she is. She can't be forced to go to the front line. She could get pregnant by some soldier right now that took place many a times in Iraq and Afghanistan and not even go overseas. That's all it takes.
So what happens if someone breaks their leg when they're on deployment, when they're they've talked to their UDM and they're supposed to, they're getting ready and everything, they break their leg.
Easy.
Do they get replaced?
Patch it up.
Do they get
patch it up? They patch it up. They patch it up, and they stay in the field and they stay healthy. They can go back to the front.
You don't patch up a broken. No, that's not true. It's just factually not true.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Oh, really?
It never
yes.
happened?
Oh, really?
Oh, no,
I'm not saying it's never happened. Just like there's not been women that have.
Okay. So
it just doesn't happen. That's not the regular. That's not the regular.
Got pregnant.
All right, hold on.
When a woman got pregnant, they went home.
Hold on, y'all. So just have the conversation instead of going to out of broken legs and pregnancy, right? Things that.
Bracy, I want to ask an important question, Bracy. Why
things that don't have nothing to do with anything, right? So
it had everything to do with it.
But I'm talking, my brother.
It's about voting.
Okay, we'll get you in there as well. So
the topic of women voting men into selective service.
Right, we're gonna get there because you said the reason why you said it is because you can outperform them physically.
Any women, bro? You mentioned women, and I said women.
Okay,
men,
so you can perform. Okay, so again. All right, so just answer the question. We're gonna agree that you could outperform.
I don't know, bro.
99%.
I don't know, bro.
99%
of women.
Right. So we agree with you. Fine. You could outperform them phically. So the men that are 60 years old that's telling you what to do, can you outperform 99% of them?
That there's no relevance, bro. And I have no clue. That is a question. Like I listen to you and Hood, and everybody go back and forth on the panel, and that makes no logical sense whatsoever, bro. I have no idea what the physical shape and capabilities of people in the military are right now. None whatsoever. Zero.
I said the men that are not at war, the one that is behind the desk, the men that are telling you what to do. Those are men are not going to be in the front lines, correct?
Bro, do you have any idea how the military
I'm
works?
asking you. All you gotta do is
That's not how the
answer it. You
military
don't have
works,
to- you
bro.
don't have to
Because
try to-
answer what? You're not giving me a question, Sharon. That makes zero sense.
Oh my God.
I mean, come on. Like I said, give me a military-related question that makes some
I am
kind of
asking
sense,
you
bro.
a military.
And these are the same niggas that tell us women can't vote. This motherfucker didn't even know what question he just asked, but he's telling us women can't vote. It's crazy.
Okay, did you serve any time, bro? Because maybe you can translate it into military jargon that I can understand. Because
Got
Sharon's
you.
question makes zero sense.
You were in the army?
Watch out, Sharon.
You were in the army, Trey?
Yeah,
I can tell. I can tell. Yeah, not bad. Here, we'll army proof it for you.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Do you have a whiteboard you can put up so we can draw some pictures? They have trouble with words. That's the issue here. Is you're giving them words and he's just used to pictures.
Now, Mr. Ad
So
hominem.
Trey, what he was telling you, he is saying is that so for example,
Okay, Sharon,
General
can we move
Mattis.
on to something logical here?
We're not going to move. Don't try to run away. Don't run from it. So General Mattis, for example, when he was Secretary of Defense, or Pete Hegseth, for example, he's Secretary of Defense right now. They're not in combat, correct? They're not on the front lines, correct? That's great. They're not on the front lines, correct? Are you still having trouble with words?
So Trey, so pretty much, right? Donald Trump. So what I'm trying to get you to
answer it.
understand, right? Donald Trump is going to be the one that's commanding you, and I'm pretty sure you can outperform him. Is that correct, Trey? Yes or no?
Well, I hope I can outperform an
It's like the
80-year-old
taste out of
man.
your mouth. I'd like to see it.
Damn, they kicked him out of here?
Yes. And it says,
That motherfucker said yes.
hold on. It says, outperform a woman's purse. Bye, nigga. It's $20 to bring back Trey. And
That was deep. Diva sent that.
She said,
I know what you did.
outperform her purse. God damn it. Trace. Yeah.
So I didn't just say physical brute strength. It's
But
also
that's
because
what
of
they are
because of
saying.
skills.
So now you got to compare to what they are actually saying. They are saying they brute strength is what makes them better than all women.
No, it's a combination because men have skills.
That's fair, but that's not what they're talking about. They're not talking about their skill set, right? They're talking about just because they are men, they got a penis, and they are stronger, so therefore a woman should not vote. That's what they're saying.
No, that doesn't make a man.
So, is it true that women cannot vote? Women can't be elected to be the next president of the free world, all because a man has a dick and he's stronger than the Incredible Hulk? Is this where we're going? Is this where we're going in life? I'll say something profound. So we're gonna go in this narrative that women cannot vote, even though they hold rifles. They cleaned out. I forgot what helicopter blades. They cleaned out helicopter blades, right? And you know how dangerous of a mission that is. Some of these women outperform men. I don't know where you get these concepts from, but they need to stop. They really need to stop this shit. I'm not saying that you have abundance, but like I would say 15% of the population of men will get their ass kicked. I'm saying you need a woman and her expertise. I'm not saying that men don't have expertise, but you need a woman for her expertise because she might outperform you mentally. You might outperform her physically, but some men have a one-track mind. Some women one-track pony minds. Let's continue.
A man is more than this is penis and I can pick up heavy shit like that. Nah, that's,
right.
Wait, yeah, right. Okay.
Voting rules were in, for example, like the UK and elsewhere.
So, hey, I'm not.
Yeah, of course, bro. Because think about it, man. When it
So,
was a
okay, so
majority,
before
that is
so you
crazy.
saying, hold on. So before women was voting, it was no such thing as gay men.
Bro, I wasn't alive back then, bro. Oh, that shit was
Did you
before
see
my
Tu
time.
Wong Fu?
And I'm older than all y'all, so yeah, that was before my time.
Did you see Tu Wong Fu?
No, I did not watch that gay shit.
Okay, did it happen in your era?
Tu Wong Fu.
It came out, but I ain't watched that gay shit. I don't believe in all that
RuPaul
such
is
shit.
RuPaul around your age?
Bro, I do not follow RuPaul, man. Where's this line going? You doing it again, Sharon? Weird ass line of questioning.
Hold on, so
I
yes,
don't know who that
because-
nigga is. I'm
Yes, he's your age. He's your age group. Y'all
Just tell me that.
Listen,
Tell me that then, bro. You ain't gotta ask me. Just tell me.
All right. So what I'm trying to get you to understand, y'all niggas been gay.
Oh shit.
Hold on.
RuPaul is 64 years old. You a lying bastard. You a lying son of a bitch. Wait a minute. I gotta hear it again. Hold on. Shouts out to Sharon for this one. Hold on.
Yeah, of course, bro. Because think about it, man. When it
So,
was a
okay, so
majority,
before,
that
so,
is
so you
crazy.
saying, hold on.
Yeah,
so
listen.
before women was voting, it was no such thing as gay men.
Bro, I wasn't alive back then, bro. Oh, that shit was
Did you
before
see
my
Tu
time.
Wong Fu?
And I'm older than all y'all, so yeah, that was before my time.
Did you see Tu Wong Fu?
No, I did not watch that gay shit.
Okay, did it happen in your era?
Tu Wong Fu.
It came out, but I ain't watched that gay shit. I don't believe in all that
RuPaul
such
is
shit.
RuPaul around your age?
Bro, I do not follow RuPaul, man. Where's this line going? You doing it again,
I'm
Sharon?
asking
Weird
you.
ass line of questioning.
Hold on. So,
I
yes,
don't know who that
because-
nigga is. I'm driving.
He is. He's your age. He's your age group.
Okay.
Y'all
Just tell me that.
Listen,
Tell me that then, bro. You ain't gotta ask me. Just tell me.
All right. So what I'm trying to get you to understand, y'all niggas been gay.
Oh shit.
Hold on, Sharon.
I don't know why you trying to act like this is something new.
Sharon.
This is nothing. Hold on.
Sharon.
This is nothing. Hold on.
Let's run.
That's fucked. That's messed up, Sharon. Goddamn.
The stats, bro.
Hold on. This is nothing new. So the idea that used to take the women voter rate, all of a sudden all the men are going to become straight is ridiculous.
I said
Literally.
maybe.
Do we
As I
know
say,
who? Does anybody know who
woman
William
speaking.
Dorsey Swan is?
No, I don't.
Anybody on the panel know? Chicago, really? You know who William Dorsey Swan is?
Or really quiet now.
Okay. William Dorsey Swan was a formerly enslaved man who shortly after emancipation started organizing drag balls.
Oh shit.
A gay ass slave.
So it ain't on y'all niggas. It's in
That's a fucking L.
It's in you niggas.
William Dorsey Swan.
Ain't in me, freaking. I'm a tether. I ain't like y'all niggas.
Right, but you said you're Dominican, sir?
I'm a tether. I ain't like one of y'all niggas.
Nah, he ain't say he's Dominican. Don't do that.
Hold on.
My wife is Dominican.
Hold
My
on.
wife is Dominican.
Where are you from?
I'm from Virginia. I was born in New York.
Wait, you said
I said I'm a tether. I said I'm a tether. I didn't say I was no fucking immigrant. That means one of my parents.
Okay,
so sir, tether is an immigrant.
Where your parents from?
One of my parents.
Okay, so where is your parent from?
Catherine.
Where?
You broke up.
It's in Jamaica.
I don't really know no gay.
It's okay, Cueva Dolce. We didn't support it. We didn't bring it up. You are the one
Okay,
that.
why did I bring it up, Sharon? Why did I bring it up, Sharon?
Because you tried to bring in that women.
I answered your question.
No, because it was on your mind, Sharon. It was on his mind. That's why he brought it up.
Sharon, let me help you, Sharon. You asked me a question.
That's why he brought it up. He brought it up because it wasn't the subject. We was talking about women voting, and what was on his mind was men in dresses.
And to be clear, he was gone for 20 minutes, and the first thing he says when he gets back is, "Hey, man, those men in dresses, though. Can we talk about that?"
Back to Sharon. Besides the chimp moments, I can't speak chimp like y'all. So here's the deal, Sharon.
Aren't you 50?
You asked me a question, and you asked me why, and I gave logical reasonings of where that voting leads to, and that voting leads to niggas like y'all running around in dresses on Bourbon Street.
So
not the Dominican cat.
What I'm trying to get you to understand, right? What I'm trying to get you to understand, Trey, it was
there's
never
nothing
a
to try,
law.
bro. Just tell me,
Trey. It was never a law about men that cannot wear dresses. That never was a vote. There was never a vote for that.
Why? Okay, do you understand my line? Do you understand the line of reasoning where you go when you go down the Marxist rabbit hole?
I don't.
I'm going to Sharon.
What about female
Sharon.
conservatives?
My nigga.
He's not going to be able to answer it, and it's okay. We know he's not.
I answered it. I'm American.
You did not, and it's okay. We do understand that Dominican Republican, they have a very high sex tourism rate.
Oh, no, hold on. No, let's be clear. The richest black woman on earth is in America.
Bro, where black women are 5'4", 180 pounds on average. Fuck that.
What the fuck does that have to? What does that have to do with anything? I don't give a fuck if the woman was 3 feet tall. Her money stacks to the ceiling, nigga.
No, you meant
180. She ain't a lady shit.
Like you.
Hold on,
bro. You overperform, bro. Like,
come on,
niggas lame as fuck, bro. It's just
y'all
lame
like
for no
big girls
reason.
like that over here too? Y'all like big girls too over here?
That's crazy.
What the, bro?
Super lame.
I don't want no freaking seed
you
oil
really-
chick voting.
You
I don't want
trying to
them
make
big girls
Oprah like
voting.
the model.
Okay, that's fine. What you
All of these women don't have Oprah money, bro.
Don't body shame, bro.
Oh my! All right. Next person I have Tourette's. I promise you. Stop with the Tourette's. I'm trying to have a conversation. Like when we're just throwing things out, we cannot have a clear, coherent conversation.
Going down the route, my concern, bro, is that look, in this is like these women vote in all these feminist Marxist policies, and then it don't affect dudes like me, you, and Hood, or the Dominican cat, but all these like lame dudes out here, they end up in the stepdad pipeline because these women are choosing the worst of the worst to have kids with, and then they raising kids by themselves and teaching these boys that they can run around with dresses on.
Yeah, right back to women when both parties are voting. Men and women are voting. How do you keep going back to women, blaming women for policies that they both voted on?
Who raised
some of these people
that shit in?
Well, wait, fam. Some of these people come from 2-parent households. What do you mean? These are white people that vote for this shit too. These are Asians that vote for it. These are Latinos that vote for it too. So why do we keep going back to black women, bro?
I'm not going to black women. I just said women.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming you meant black women, but I forgot.
No, black women. No, Taz, he did mean black women because
I did not mean black women.
Let me
Trust me, you don't want. You
I'm
want to hear my feelings on the white liberal?
I didn't see that.
Niggas and shit. Yeah, there was a ton of crackers up there running around in white dress and in red dresses. All the niggas gay.
So the whole point is why we keep trying to put this at women's feet. Like I don't understand like why we try to like say women are access.
Right.
And them niggas are sus, but even giving them the access. Do you understand Marxism, bro? Dude, we're talking nuts. You
don't have much
understanding Marxism, bro? Cultural.
That is crazy.
Do you understand dictatorship? Do you understand
I understand misogyny.
My son have to watch this content. Why does my son have to? Why did my son get mentioned in the first place? Please tell me why my son has to get mentioned. Okay, but nobody in my family watches this. They got other stuff that they would rather do than to rather listen to a bunch of corny ass niggas rumbling and stroking what little humanity that they have. Ali did. But look, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Everybody has an axe to grind when it comes to certain females being in charge of some shit. Now, me personally, I don't like every female, but I don't have a problem with every female. Because at some point in time, a female is going to be in charge of you. So what you gonna do? You're gonna run to the office as soon as you sense a female being your supervisor or being your manager. You're gonna go to the higher ups and start complaining. For what? It serves no purpose then. Because everybody has a position. Everyone, not just women. And I would not be surprised if, and this is a big 100% if Jasmine Crockett becomes the next president of the United States, if she changes her mind, she can become just that. She can become just that. But we're gonna see how these niggas act. I mean, what's the worst? What's the worst thing you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna go overseas? You gonna become passport bros? These dudes are gonna become passport bros.
Misogyny. We need more of it.
Oh, which is gonna do what? Land more men in jail? Like, I don't like, sometimes y'all say crazy shit. Misogyny ain't helping nobody. How does misogyny benefit men, bro?
It benefits me because I got a
niggas
sandwich waiting on me when I get to the crib. I got a sandwich
Like,
and a
I
foot
feel like-
rub waiting on me when I get to the crib. Misogyny.
Bro,
I got a clean house. Misogyny.
That's not
Shut the
misogyny,
fuck up
bro.
and listen to me. That's misogyny.
Yeah, okay, so
That's not
I
misogyny.
feel like you just performing right now.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause,
No,
like-
ask anybody in the chat. Is this me? Any nigga that met me will tell you.
Sharon,
This is
the
me.
problem is,
Hold on. So
it
look,
doesn't
remember,
matter.
hold on. This how we know. You know how we know it's cat, because Dominican women ain't no soft women.
Really?
They ain't going for none of that.
They,
Really?
like,
She
I
in
don't
the
know why we
chat.
trying to. I don't know
Ask
why
her.
we trying to act.
You wanted to hit the link. You wanted to hit the link. She in the chat, bro.
Hold on, you got a chance to talk. I didn't say it's okay.
All right,
So
Gerard.
again, so this whole idea that Dominican women are all of a sudden softest women in a diaspora is crazy. We know they are not. Everybody knows that they are not. Spanish women, there's a reason why they call them spicy in the first place, right?
Hey,
So
damn, right quick though. Like, for real though, I know y'all niggas play tough in that chat, but Taz been watching some of you hoe ass niggas cry for 6 years. Watch your fucking mouth, nigga. You've been crying on the internet for 6 years, puss. Fuck boy. Nigga, don't make me get in my bag. I've been watching you hoe ass niggas for years. You don't hear and cry about women you can't even get. Fuck, nigga. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
All right, so
Man,
also
hold on,
hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna
Just
try to
let me
get
say this
everybody.
one thing.
I want to try to get Venus in there while she's been waiting. Get her voice of Venus, and then we got Kulu, and then Eda Man. Go ahead.
You guys are fucking weirdos, man. For those of you who don't like pussy, just tell me now. If you don't like pussy, just please tell me now so we can know who you are. So we out you to society. We will put you. Yes. Wait a second. Wait a minute. Hold on. Venus, go ahead.
Just had a quick question because I've been waiting to catch a conservative in real time, or a Republican in real time. What time frame are they referring to when they say "Make America Great Again"? What years are those?
That's to you, Trey.
I'm not conservative, bro.
Any Republicans?
You got the rest, ma'am.
I can answer the 99 and 2000 when they were backing that ass up in the 99 2000. I thought that was a pretty good year for me. I don't know about y'all, but for me, it was a really good year. The 99 2000.
Clap on you. All right.
No, but hello.
So I'm asking if there's a Republican who could answer what time period MAGA is referring to when America was great again. When was that?
Now all of a sudden they're not conservatives, and
Now everybody's quiet. They couldn't shut up for the whole show. I've been listening, but now they're quiet.
Oh my God! You know, well, since most of is Hood still up in here?
He's here.
Why are you reaching for another man? If you can answer the question.
Hold on. People like that, you know who they remind me of? You know who these dudes remind me. I'm gonna play.
Home is over, home. Home is over, home. Home is over, home. You do the home, man. 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 You never catch some lids rolling with no beards, cause bitches ain't shit. That's all my crew is thick.
He is alright.
Ball heads and jazz. Nigga, we hating on them like can't you see? VIP. Now bump it to the left and bump it to the right. Cause when you do the homie, nigga got to do it right.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
You do the whole man. You the whole man. You the whole man. You the whole man. Cause bitches be trouble, be having niggas beef. You tricking on that hoe and your niggas ain't eat. And she pushing your way, spending all your cash. Your homie got shot up while you was in that ass.
Homies over hoes. Homies over hoes. Homies.
That's what you niggas remind. Yeah, no Diddy. That's what y'all niggas remind me. Oh shit. Y'all niggas remind me of the homies over home. Oh, shit. Okay,
I'm trying to help you out, young lady. I'm trying to help you out, young lady.
I don't need your help. If you can't answer, go on mute. That's all.
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you out with an answer.
I don't want your help. I want an answer. If you don't have one, be quiet.
If you don't want, young lady,
I
do you
don't
want to
want your
answer or
help.
not?
You're annoying. Please.
You want an answer?
Stop.
You want to answer, young lady?
You're annoying.
You want to answer?
Jesus Christ.
You need more misogyny. See,
who the fuck is dealing with you? You are making my head hurt.
Lady.
This is crazy.
Sharon, am I breaking up or is that him?
That was him. So no, that wasn't you, Venus.
I just,
all right,
is there any Republican who
Y'all
can
can
answer?
answer that? Crazy.
Yeah, can y'all just answer? Can anybody answer her question? Yes or no?
Yeah, I didn't like my.
I mean, I could, but I just don't.
No,
like it.
Cash, don't do it. No, Cash, don't.
Right. So either man said 2000s. Keon, are you a Republican or conservative?
Oh no, but I can tell you the answer. Definitely somewhere between the 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Okay. So Trey, are you a Republican?
Yeah, well, then fuck me.
No, you said no. You answered the
I'm
question.
talking to Republicans only.
Oh, Trey ran away.
So that
let's run with that.
silence.
Let's go before the Civil Rights Act.
Okay, there we go.
I mean, I could push it back.
Y'all want them
right. Which is
I
stupid
wanted
in and
to
of
see if you
itself.
could actually answer, and it was silent.
There's
Y'all
no
are
answer.
dumb.
There's no answer to your rhetorical questions because you don't actually care about the answer.
Make America Great Again refers to a time when it was. The fact that the people voted for it can't fucking tell you the time it was. That's probably stupid as hell.
That was pretty simple.
Yeah, that was.
I gave her an answer too. It was really simple. Let's go back to like before the 19th Amendment. We can go back to either way, your fear of racism is not my fear of the question.
Hold on, Hood. So the problem is that you just throwing things out. You don't actually believe it.
Nah,
that's the problem.
Well, because the point isn't the time frame. The point is always racism, and so I'm less afraid about the racism. But if you're asking for an objective reality, yeah, that's when people want to go back to. Now, if you're scared, be scared, but that's the truth.
So you're saying go back to a time where black people didn't have many rights on the book?
Not exactly. Not exactly. Go back to having rights, but I don't know. I don't know if we're arguing that America is great because black folk didn't have rights. I think America was great because women weren't fucking everything up.
Oh my God! Hey, listen. So the crazy.
So yes. So wait. Just right quick. So that logic comes from closer to 1910, when an article was written in the New York Times about the modern woman and how those women were kind of changing and moving into the modern era. So we were long into that idea of women being part of the everyday society by 1950.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to understand, what I'm trying to understand is when I heard Trey earlier says him getting his foot massage, how is women outside of his house voting is dictating what's happening inside of his household? Like women voting have nothing to do with my wife massaging my feet
at all.
They really don't. So let's not talk about that again. Now, here's the simple proposition. Let's put racism aside, right? Assume everything that you fear about racism and slavery. Let's imagine that happened in a completely different universe, right? Now you're over here in the clean Negro verse. How do you run your society? Do you think giving women equal decision making to the men is going to give you a functioning culture? From
Yes,
scratch.
we're functioning now. We're functioning now.
Where's the evidence that has ever worked? That giving women
2020
equality from scratch is giving women equality from. Stop talking for a second, please. Because we're adults who talk about things. It's called an abstract idea. I know niggas struggle in the abstract, but that's how conversations work.
You said if we was in the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man was a man and he was black, what if this happened? No, we have to be able to make decisions based off what have already happened. Women have the right to vote now. It doesn't make sense for us to take their rights away after that.
Yeah,
like it doesn't make sense for us to take black people rights away after they got rights. Everybody who got rights should keep their rights.
Well, technically, it didn't necessarily make sense to give black people rights, but we had the conversation and we gave it to them. So let's have the conversation and talk about the whole thing. What do you think? Well, first of all, you can't actually point to a. So you can't.
If it don't make sense for you niggas, and I'm saying you and all them pussies who listen to you, fam, why are you talking? Why are you exercising your right to free speech? Why don't you shut your ass up?
Well, because people pay me to talk, so it's actually quite lucrative.
But no, I'm saying, but given the logic you're using, bro, can you stand on that actual logic? That means your black ass don't need a voice, and neither do them fuckboys that follow you.
Well,
I'm saying I'm standing on mine. I need that voice.
I saw you sound like an angry Negro, so I couldn't tell the difference. But
I mean, y'all pussies. I don't expect any more from you niggas. You niggas
I know
hoes.
that you
Don't
think.
mean
I
no
know you
bad.
think everybody is the pussy but you. I know you think you're the super
No,
nigga in the
but you
whole
sitting
nigga
here
universe.
complaining about how I'm
What does that have to do?
My nigga,
But
you
you complaining about what I'm saying. You're literally complaining about what I'm saying. How that make you special?
Hold on, we gotta stop talking over each other. Let them finish the statement, and we get everybody in. Please.
With the hooker of a Dominican wife that he lay next to.
Oh, tell
That's
her
who I'm
that.
talking to. That's who I'm talking
Which
to.
wife? Which wife is the hooker? Which one? I
They
got
probably both
multiple.
are if they with you.
Oh, okay, cool. You want to join the team too?
No, thank you. You don't have
What's
enough
your
for me,
height, weight,
sweetie.
status? What's your
You
height,
don't
weight,
have enough for
status?
me. I'm
You
not
did
from a
say they
third
was
world
What's your
country.
BMI, girl?
I'm not from
What's
a
your
third
BMI,
world
girl?
You said
country,
they was
baby.
Dominicans.
I
I'm
said
not
one
from
of
a
them
third
is.
world country.
What's your BMI, girl? What's your
Right.
BMI is?
I'm not from a third world country.
Are
So
you less
can't
than?
afford
Are
me.
you less than 180? Are you less than 170?
I'm
160?
123. I'm 123.
Oh, perfect.
No,
That's
but
something to
you
work
still
with.
can't. No, we ain't working with shit.
So,
'Cause you
we
don't
can
have it.
work right there, girl.
You
There
don't
you go.
have
Let's
it.
go.
If you got
Let's
some
go.
dirty bum Dominican
Let's
bitches, then
go.
you can't afford
Let's
what's
go.
going on
We
over
got to
here,
work
sir.
on that femininity.
Right.
That voice is a little rough, though. We
It
got to
How
work
you
sure
on
angry
that.
and trying to get
And it's
chose
meant
up?
We
to
got to
be.
work on that.
And it's
You know
meant
what
to
I
How you
be,
mean?
got an
right?
attitude and trying to be
But I
chose up?
out
What the
earn
fuck is
you
wrong with this
and
with
both
you?
of your Dominican bitches.
I mean, it
How you
don't
ain't my
matter because the
I'm
average black
broke.
man out earns the average black woman still, and I
Yeah,
make
I'm
more than
broke.
my baby
Not
mama,
by
so
that
that's all
much.
that counts in this conversation. Oh, by a
You
lot,
make
I
more than
promise
more
who?
you.
money than my
You
baby
make more than
mama.
who?
That's crazy.
I'm
Baby
living on
mama.
food stamps.
Oh, his
That's
baby
the only
I'm
mama.
measure that
Okay.
counts.
These people, Trey and boss level hood, basically hood conservative, they're from that red pill era, that red pill sector. So don't pay them no attention.
living
At
on
this
food
point, right?
stamps over here. I'm living off the government. I'm on
I
food
believe it.
stamps, girl.
You probably
Man,
get it through your wife
what
too.
hey, you know what these food stamps
Your
can
wife
do? What
probably
kind
the
of
one who
meal you
getting the
can
food
cook me with
stamps,
these
and you
food
on her
stamps?
section 8.
Hey, you know what kind of meal you can cook me with them food stamps, girl? Get over
No,
here and be number 3.
Hold on, Trey.
Sure,
So
come
Trey,
join the team,
Trey,
girl.
are you a serious individual? Or are you just here to clown?
Oh,
he here to clown.
Go check out my
He's
channel,
here to
bro. I'm being
This nigga
straight up.
50 years old thinks somebody would actually want him.
As much as y'all clown, though, you gonna try to play the serious
Nigga,
card like you
you
niggas
got metabolic
intellectual.
syndrome? Do you have metabolic syndrome, Trey?
Explain that to me in like misogynistic terms.
Hypertension and diabetes, nigga.
No, I don't have neither one of those.
It sound like it.
So we
Right.
got the weight thing. We got the weight
Right.
thing. You
Well,
got your real
sound
hair
like
in?
you got.
You got your real hair in.
You sound like you got chicken.
Are you
gravy
wearing
in the
your
back
real
of
hair right now? Are you wearing your real hair
Absolutely.
right now?
Always.
That's
I have
2.
sister
The
locks,
weight
loser.
123. Are you dark skinned?
The one
Brown
and
skin,
only
light skin?
verbal assassin. $5.
Are you light skinned?
Whenever
light
we're
skinned?
reading
Hold
super
on, Trey.
chats,
So now
you
what's
don't
the
even
right
have
answer for
any
that question?
emotional control. The one and
This some
only verbal
goofball shit.
assassin. $5. Whenever a low IQ male loses the argument, he pivots to sexual attacks. Of course.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about
They
right.
do it to themselves, man.
They do. They really do.
Hey, yo, Taz, chill, man.
It's kind of crazy. Like, if you just be quiet, you let them talk. It always unveils this.
100% factual.
Okay, so back to that question, fam. Is there a right or wrong answer for if she was light skinned or dark skinned?
Oh yeah, she's dark skinned. No.
Well, thank you. I'm dark skinned.
Wow.
No
I'm
what?
Damn.
Wait, no.
Fuck it.
I'm pitch
Damn.
black.
Wait, I'm saying no
I'm pitch
what?
black.
No what?
So am I.
You-
So it don't work out.
So not only are you a sexist, but a colorist. Damn. You know what? I am truly sorry. I am truly sorry that you have to listen to this bum ass trash a lot. Well, I can't say that was. I mean, the conversation was dope up until, but don't pay attention to none of these people. Pay attention. He says, "I'm sorry, Lisa. I was doing a lot of discussion. However, there are a couple conversations I'm interested in." Well, if you interested in it, let me know. Don't worry, we don't have to do him, but we can do conversations. We can definitely do conversations. Just let me know. Just let me know, and I'll fire up a live, and we can just have a conversation on XYZ. Just let me know. Just let me know. Now I'm gonna do some real serious stuff here. Real serious guy. I just thought I'd play that because obviously they were talking about how women should or should not have the right, but that was just all negative. That was just all negative there. That was just crazy. That was crazy. But on to somebody real.
To decide whether or not they were going to give someone an opportunity maybe to clean their record, such as the bill author was given that opportunity. Second felony was picked up when he was 21. Emergency powers when there is no emergency.
Unlawful.
Sending troops without an invite.
Violates the law.
Covering for pedophiles. I just threw that one in there. Okay, I'll move to the next one. What about revoking birthright citizenship?
Violates the 14th Amendment of the Constitution.
How about violating due process?
Violates the 5th and 14th Amendment of the Constitution.
How about what we see happening with redistricting that would in some way minimize, if not delete, the voices of color as they are going through and illegally going through this process? Is there a constitutional amendment that you can think of that is associated with that?
Probably many, but it is unlawful and unconstitutional. And
free speech.
That's lawless.
Okay, sounds about right, because we had to have Jimmy for sure, and hopefully we will deal. But the reason that I wanted to in the half of it is because since this administration has come in on January 20th, they have engaged in some form of every single thing that I said on that list, even the part about covering for pedophiles. So my question, they are not 1-year-old, how juveniles under DC law, is that accurate or inaccurate?
It was inaccurate, misunderstood.
And decided that they were going to rewrite the law and mess up the law. And to be clear, we were talking about judges being able to have enough discretion to decide whether or not they were going to give. Bill author was given that opportunity under Florida law because his second felony was picked up when he was 21, to be clear. So he was older than 18. And under this law, if you were under 25, so 24 or under, then the judges had discretion, correct?
But only in certain kinds of cases, not the most serious cases. And in fact, that discretion was, as we know, exercised very rarely. And it would have been an opportunity had the Congress wanted to talk with the folks who are involved in applying that law and seeing how it works, to understand that this is not a law that's out of sync with other states, and it's working.
Thank you so much. And the reason that it matters is because now the gentleman from Florida is trying to become a governor, and chances are maybe DC, once they get statehood, could have had a future governor that had a second chance. But since they don't want other people to have chances that they've been given, they want to just pretend like they are bigger and better and badder than. So I will move on because I am frustrated that we are having this hearing when we know that this administration can't take care of their own business. As we know, they recently illegally bombed yet another Venezuelan boat, and we may be headed for a war. We know that this particular president has decided that he wants to shake down people as relates to the First Amendment, because he has filed not one lawsuit, not two lawsuits, but he has filed numerous lawsuits. He filed a lawsuit against the New York Times. He filed one against the Wall Street Journal, against CBS, against ABC, against the Des Moines Register. He is doing all of this because he wants to quash any speech that is not appreciative or lauding him, which is pretty much anything that's factual. So let's talk a few facts about these January 6th felons that should still be incarcerated.
But I thought freedom of speech was free under the First Amendment. So the First Amendment right is tarnished. So you could just scrap it out with the rest of the amendments.
Because they went through the process, but because they were doing things on his behalf, of course, he wanted to let them go. So they released more than 1,000 people, like Mr. Theodore Mindenforth, who was convicted of predatory criminal sexual assault of a child, or Mr. Peter Schwartz, who had 38 prior convicted of production and possession of child pornography. Trump also pardoned Mr. Daniel Ball, who, quote, threw an explosive device that detonated upon at least 25 officers during the Capitol riot. He also had a record for, quote, domestic violence by strangulation. I'm not done. Trump also pardoned Mr. Andrew Taki, who sent nudes to an undercover law enforcement officer who was posing as a 15-year-old girl. Mr. Casey Hopkins also received a pardon from Trump, and Mr. Hopkins was convicted of forcible rape. According to court records, he, quote, had forcible intercourse with the victim, choked her to the point of impairing her vision, banged her head into a wall, and urinated into the victim's mouth as he humiliated her. These are the people that he decided to release in the streets of DC. So if anybody does need to clean up DC, I would agree it is this man, because he is the one that is causing half the crime that we have. Not
We need to get him out of office. But that's damn near impossible now. But I need to know something. Why is Donald Trump allowed, underline the word allowed, to be the leader of the free world? Can anybody answer me that?
only is he participating in the crime, but we know that he instigated the insurrection. And if I did say that I had one issue with the Biden-Harris administration, it is the fact that they did not move forward and make sure that this man was put where he should have been put. Because the last time I checked as a criminal defense attorney, and Mr. Attorney General, you may have a different experience, but I never had a defendant that had 34 convictions for felonies and did not spend one day in jail. Never in my life. And the last time I checked, the party of law and order is the only one that decided that they would be out of order and decided to nominate someone who was not only indicted, but was actually convicted of multiple felonies. That has never happened in this country, and it is a shame that we are dealing with it now. And now he wants to tell y'all how to do your jobs.
Okay. Jasmine Crockett for president. Jasmine Crockett for president, y'all. Jasmine Crockett for president. Yeah, his dad, of course. His dad. Oh, did you know his dad was a part of the Ku Klux Klan? Oh, let me not say that. Let me not say that. Let me not say that. Let me not say, hopefully it's not illegal. Hopefully it's not illegal to say that Donald Trump Jr., or not Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump, excuse me, his father. Fred Trump. Let's look up Fred Trump, please. Let's look up old Fred Trump. Fred. Hey, Fred. Fred Trump. Fred Trump was arrested for participating in a KKK riot in 1927. 1927. 1927. Donald photograph on Facebook of President Donald Trump and his father, Fred Trump, attempted to show a family pardon of white supremacy. Donald Trump, a white supremacist just like his dad, reads large text in a post shared by the group Anti-Trump USA on February 25th. On Donald Trump's side, the post highlights in partial quote from the news conference that there were fine people on both sides. I believe that was the Charlottesville, Virginia. Anyway, after the white supremacists and rallies in Charlottesville, Virginia. Okay. Beneath the photo of Fred Trump, the text states he was arrested partially in the KKK riots in 1927. The post contains some elements of truth about Fred Trump. He was arrested that year for connections with a clash between the KKK and the police, admitting, or it might admit a pardon in Queens, New York. But the post goes beyond what is known about his actions to say he was participating. That's far-fetched. The arrest. The story for Fred Trump arrested at the KKK rally had challenged reporters even before his son entered into the 2016 presidential race. The KKK riots broke out during the May 30th, 1927 Memorial Parade in Jamaica, Queens, New York. According to Achieves or archives from the Brooklyn Daily Eagle. A week prior, Police Commissioner Josh Warren was warned that the Ku Klux Klan intended to parade in hoods and gowns. Warren says they were not issued a permit to have a parade, but the report later states that the KKK had permission from the Grand Army of Republican, a veteran organization that had charged of parade of arrangements. However, on that day of the parade, the police were unable to keep at least 1,000 Klansmen from participating. The New York Times states that 1,000 Klansmen and 100 policemen staged at a free-for-all battle in Jamaican Queens. Fred Trump, then 21, was arrested at the parade along with 6 others. According to the New York Times, his address was listed as 17525 Dilshwa Road, Jamaica, whatever, which had matched the 1930 census. However, unlike the other men arrested who faced various charges of assault and disorderly conduct, the Times report that Trump was discharged. It's so white. It's so white. We checked other reports. We checked other reports of the riots to find more information and found some discrepancy, I guess. A May 31st, 1927 Brooklyn Daily Eagle article named 6 prisoners and all but one by slander Ralph Lucy, I guess, were called avowed Klansmen by the police, but this article did not mention Trump's name. According to Daily Star, Trump was dismissed on the charge of refusing to disperse from the parade when ordered to do so. And we'll stop it there. So, is it safe to say that he was a part of the Ku Klux Klan? Was it safe to say that he's a part of the Ku Klux Klan? I don't know. I think it's safe to say. I think it's definitely safe. But hey, I got some stuff to do, so I'm gonna have no time and a little bit of time to do it because I gotta get the husband duties in, and plus I gotta clean up this place because we're gonna be moving in about a month. So I would like to say I'd like to thank you all for this live stream. You sick son of a bitch. And you know who I'm talking to. I'm gonna be on your neck. It ain't gonna be for 8 minutes and 46 seconds either. I'm gonna be on your fucking neck. Believe that, you sick ass bastard. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this for a little later. Do a little bit of editing, and I will see you guys later on the next stream. Peace.